me saying Pokemon Get at the end of this, I expected that it was possible you guys, like, I planned for it to be a possibility that you guys could talk Morty down and tame him. Even if I didn't plan for him to be Morty at the time. But I didn't plan for you guys to investigate the Dragon Puppy Mill right away. So when you guys decided to just jump ship to that plan, I was like, well, I should have seen that coming, but I didn't. And so everything after that was just thinking on the fly.
Well, to be fair, Umlaut decided that one for us.
Kind of, yeah.
And also, it's like going to the various towns isn't the thing we have to do this second. It's like, it'll wait till tomorrow.
It's true. And you know, like that's super on me for not thinking that that's where the session might go.
And it's also it's people we don't know who might be in trouble against people or dragons we know are currently in trouble.
Yeah.
Um,
Morty literally told us that if he didn't die, the guy was going to kill all of his other wyverns.
Yeah, so this is like, I mean, this is one where it went off the rails, partly because, man, I really should have known better that this might be the direction this was going. Like, definitely my fault on that one.
Yeah.
So 4 for 4.
Yeah, this was. What do you mean 4 for 4?
4 random dragon encounters that we've saved a dragon from.
Yeah, this was basically as soon as I heard about this, it was basically going to involve AR going berserk in some way or another.
Wait, 4 for 4. Where are you getting that number?
3 for 2. Remember, it was 3
Tad
for 2.
Cooper.
Oh.
There's
Yeah,
Tad
so
Cooper.
there's 3 for 3 then.
You found the Lindorm egg and a Lindorm corpse, and then you found, then you saved Morty.
I thought there was a third one, but I miscounted. It's 3 for 3.
And all the other dragons as well.
Was it 3 for 2?
Yeah.
But like GT said, it was 3 for 2.
Well, at this rate, if the final boss is the undead worm, then obviously we're going to befriend it somehow.
Yeah, I had actually planned for us to start Hooters today, but I kind of love how fucking weird this one got.
Ballistic we went.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm not
that's
going
one
to...
side quest done.
Like, I planned for you guys to go to the Dragon Puppy Mill eventually, and I had some rough ideas about how it was going to shake out.
Wait, hang on. Was that where they got Tad Cooper from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes sense.
So now that means the caves underneath are definitely going to need some more investigation. Like, it might be connected.
And also, like, you know, the implication, like, the Hermit couldn't have been their only customer, so there are probably some other places in Conquered Worm where people have some, you know, that are supplied by some dragon people.
And they did say they don't sell out of Conquered Worm.
Yeah, and and seeing that Herbert was a necromancer, and like in fact he created the slasher, wouldn't it surprise me if like we end up fighting undead dragons.
Fuck.
Fucking Dracolich.
And now Dracoliches have to be true dragons.
Did you expect us to find the location of the puppy mill so quickly once we talked him down?
I didn't expect anything after you guys decided to, like,
wash a dragon's mouth out with soap.
Yeah, like, from then on, it was basically like, oh, I should have seen this coming, and I didn't.
It's like a slow-moving car crash. It's horrible, but you can't look away.
I think it started when I actually latched onto the dragon.
Yeah.
You're just freaking suplex the dragon!
Yeah, so like my idea for that battle was that eventually you guys would either like shoot out his wings, you would definitely learn like he's got the anti-magic field necklace and figure out a way to take that off. The fact that you guys non-violently like got him out of the air, pretty great. Like the teamwork for that battle was really top notch.
Yeah.
If once he was, I was planning on once he started charging me, I was just gonna shoot out his necklace.
Anyways, I gotta go. See you guys later.
See you, Lenny.
All right.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But already full Nelsoning him and the fucking crab artist.
She did. She full Nelson the goddamn wyvern. Someone draw this.
Oh my god.
I feel we learned a lot about Umlaut today.
Yeah.
Well, he is a kobold.
Well, and, he's also, the grandson of a great kobold, murderer, basically. Umlaut Schwa the First was a very successful thug for hire. And Umlaut Schwa the Third might be better at being the gentleman his grandpappy wanted to be, but he's also really good at being the stone-cold murderer his grandpappy was.
So what's Umlaut's alignment?
Umlaut's true neutral.
That doesn't shock me.
He's not quite lawful. He works for the law, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's an orderly person. But he's not as chaotic as his ancestors were. And he's also not evil. None of the Umlaut Schwas have been evil. He's not quite good either. Umlaut has a sense of morality, but it's also very conditional.
For example, shooting somebody with who we haven't confirmed is in on the thing or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just stone cold murdering.
Yeah, I was gonna say we do have not exactly a vampire in our pocket, but we could ask Mei Shea to mental zib-zab, see if she really was in charge of anything.
Yeah, and that's an intentionally morally shady moment for Umlaut.
Yeah. That's a good moment, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. His opinion of Umlaut has shifted some.
I mean, and with good reason, but I feel like it's a justifiable morally shady moment for Umlaut because he's a kobold. He faces an immense amount of prejudice for what he is. And also, dragons and kobolds' views aren't just a very large beast or even a very powerful beast. They're considered demigods. They're holy creatures. So the extermination of dragons is a huge sore spot for kobold kind, and the idea that humans were doing this to dragons, it's basically if you found out angels were real and that some people were harvesting their organs for the black market. You'd be like, that's unbelievably fucked up.
I think I saw the anime once.
So, it was definitely a morally shady moment for Umlaut, but, it's one that I wouldn't call, it wouldn't be something that would call for an alignment change, because, it's also an understandable reason why he would just be so fucking irrational about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's on safe authority that none of the guards got out alive.
No, everything in that place is dead.
Even the one Howard tied up and the one sent in the dungeon, they all got slaughtered.
I'm gonna say that Howard might have, while the rampage was going on, gotten some of the people that he got to surrender and convinced them to leave.
I mean, Howard would throw them, get them to jail or something in Stoker. I don't think Howard would have just let them completely run out free.
Yeah.
So basically, is Umlaut sending all the dragons to his kobold friends that he knows?
I've got to figure out what Umlaut's gonna do, because my rough idea is that what Umlaut's going to do is he's going to call some very high-level kobold priests, convince them that he's found actual dragons, which is a huge thing, and get them to come to this castle and basically work for rehabilitating the dragons and finding places to keep them safe and secret.
So basically probably do what Mei Shea did with Stoker, but around the castle, some sort of dragon preserve or something.
Yeah, or eventually once he's got all these dragons rehabilitated and on their feet, and the kobolds train them and teach them Draconic and all that, the kobolds will find like a secret kobold cave where like this actually digs deep into like what's going on with kobolds in this setting, which is actually something I plan to explore, just not this soon. In the days of old when dragons were around, a lot of kobold tribes, also were dragon worshippers, and they lived in tunnels that were adjacent to dragon layers and paid tributes to their god, to the demigod that they worship and all that. And since the dragons have died, a lot of those kobolds have had to readjust and find different people to leech off of, because kobolds are very physically frail creatures. So a lot of those old kobold cities are abandoned. But now that they've found dragons, like, this could be like a reason for kobolds to lead a holy quest to retake some of their old keeps, and reclaim some of their lost culture, because now they have a dragon to help them protect those old keeps.
So basically leading to a kobold renaissance, basically, what we just did.
Amazing.
Anarton's going to be very happy.
Kind of reminds me of an interesting story I ran into. It's did you know that Native Americans are actually buying back bits of the U.S. At a time and adding it to their... Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. They're going, oh, we'll just use your money to buy your land and fuck you.
That's right.
Yeah, basically they buy public land and they declare tribe-owned land.
More power to them, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We're gonna use your own system to fuck.
Like the Hoopa tribe over in Northern California near Bluff Creek, they own like the largest reservation in California of all land they just own.
Really?
Like a whole fucking valley that's just their property. And there's a little town that they own and everything.
Good.
So yeah, more fucking power, yeah.
We got a little hint that this plot was coming, like a plot like this was coming up in Machen, if you remember. When you guys told that one kobold in Machen that you had found a dragon, he immediately decided to tell all the kobolds in Machen to set out on a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it ended badly because as soon as they tried to leave Machen, they were killed and shit went down. But A for effort.
So the last two towns he basically committed genocide in. The last two places we've been to, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't commit genocide, but...
I wouldn't call it genocide if you wipe out the staff of a puppy mill. It'd be like a terrorist attack.
That's fair.
So wait, are we conquered Wormpita?
Oh, God.
Well, I mean,
No, because we don't. Because we actually take care of the animals we claim to protect.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, if you were conquering Wormpita, you would have killed all the dragons when you got there. Speaking of, you guys got to read the quotes for this Tumblr post.
I'll do that when I'm not recording.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I feel this was a really good session for character work. We got Ayara saying sorry to a first time in her life.
Saying thank you.
Yeah. Should both.
My God.
Start
I
Howard
always-
doing a little disillusion mission.
And also Howard got another amazing fucking bluff moment.
Oh God, that was fun.
It's a shame we don't get to live
Wasn't
out the
really your
consequences
father.
of that.
Fucking Christ.
It's a shame we don't really get to see the consequences of that now. Still, that's amazing.
Even though I've barely contributed anything to any of the combat sessions, I still really feel like I'm part of the group.
Oh, I fucking loved, like, you did the fastball special with Aerie,
Yeah.
which allowed
Yeah,
the
true.
Wyvern thing to pan out.
And
True.
the problem is they're not really lasting for more than a round.
Yeah.
Well, if we had gotten to the battles I actually planned for this, it might have.
Yeah.
But we'll see that in Uderson.
Where we
I'm
go.
actually really stoked how this session went out. It went off the rails. I know I say this every time we go off the rails, but it went off the rails in a glorious way.
But last time we had a session majorly go off the rails, you had to switch the good guys and the bad guys pretty much on the fly.
Yeah.
It's not that he had to, it's that he just went, hey, this sounds better.
So is our next session going to be this weekend or next? Since we didn't do what you planned.
Since I have basically an entire session still planned out right now, I'm good to go next weekend if you guys are.
Yeah.
I am.
Fine by me.
I'm good
You can
whenever.
plan ahead of time.
Because I actually had a lot planned today that we didn't get to cover at all.
Let's aim for Friday or Saturday, though.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Friday or
what?
Saturday.
Yeah, I'm
But
good
yeah.
for Friday too.
That's
Friday or
fine.
Saturday.
I'd prefer Saturday, but I can do either.
Yeah, I would prefer Saturday, too, honestly.
Yeah.
Because if we do Friday, we can theoretically get Vagrant on because he can only do weekdays. And we don't level up from this. Just getting everything
No,
out.
this is
out
not
loud.
a
Just
town.
leveled up.
I'm
No.
just making sure for the group.
We just leveled up, you greedy bastard.
I'm not greedy. I'm just making sure because I want to make
Bullshit.
sure.
You definitely don't level up from this.
I don't
I've-
want you to go to level. Well, yeah, I do, but
I've
not
seen
right
your
now.
temporary AC. You are a greedy bastard.
We basically just fought a bunch of Goombas. Why would we level up?
Yeah, the Goons were not a good mook. They died in one hit, basically.
Yeah.
Well, they were the mall guards.
They're all full guard.
That's essentially
Oh
it.
my god.
Overweight, not used to doing their job, but they're technically guarding something. They're mall guards.
Well, also, like, everyone there and all the weapons there were basically really specialized for keeping a bunch of enslaved
dragons.
dragons in check. Like, they were... No one in this castle was prepared for anyone to try and fucking take it over and rescue the dragons. Like,
Yeah.
everything about this came out of fucking nowhere to them.
I gotta say, I kind of wanted us to sneak in and just unleash all the dragons and kick back, but this was fun too.
Yeah, I think of like aerial fucking bombardment.
That's-
I was
I
like,
don't think
Harry fucking dropped Buddy off the tower.
Like a fucking bomb.
Oh, that was great.
also, I gotta say, I'm not sure if he dropped some hints that his brother is very religious and possibly very racist or very human dominant. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his brother was the guy we met with Mike Myers.
probably.
The guy
Well,
from the Circle of Thorns might be related to the Thorn Knight.
Yeah,
Ew.
you'd think.
Well, it's a difference when you name your something cool and edgy, and some guy has thorns on his armor and goes, you know what, fuck it, I'm the Knight of Thorns.
And then he says, "Oh yeah, my brother's in that religion.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Part of
And
the
also-
clergy, no less."
Yeah, that's true.
So no, I feel no sympathy for anybody in there.
Except for the girl.
Not really even.
Laylee
Like-
destabilized the whole fucking nation. I think she's just apathetic at this.
It all did, like, so here's the thing. Uma might have been right about the girl. He might have been.
What?
Might have been
Go
wrong.
Dukes.
There's a possibility Uma was correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
I
also
was-
a possibility that he just murdered a teenager.
Yeah.
I
And the
want
DM
that.
isn't gonna say.
I want that intentionally vague.
Yeah.
I was willing to slit her throat if the guy was going to be, you know, that guy.
I'm gonna be watching it a lot from now.
I was literally holding an unconscious teenager threatening to cut her throat.
Yeah, but that was before the battle was won. She was potentially one of the only ways out of this. Uma did it after the battle was won.
Yes.
He had no reason to do it other than out of malice.
Hmm. This is
Mm.
gonna be one of those weird times where I'm morally kind of going, I think this was a bad idea, but Tig is going, wow, Umlaut's a good goblin. You know, he's completely awesome. He will be tiny bros.
Goblin and kobold morals are very, very close to each other.
Yeah, so he's happy about it, but I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I think Howard was very uncomfortable with how this all went down, and I think if like more of the adventures start going like this, it's going to become more and more disillusioned with everything.
I think that is something I would not mind role-playing out in future sessions.
Agreed.
Yeah, one of the reasons why Lily didn't have any qualms with Uma doing that is that's kind of exactly what sometimes what her husbando would do.
No, Howard had a lot of qualms about it.
Ari was actually gone from the room at that point, so she doesn't even know where the girl went.
Honestly, there is a lot of more small.
Well, not even the killing of the
character
girl.
interaction.
Howard was.
I wouldn't mind trying.
Just like senseless killing of all the people in the tower too. Like Howard's not exactly cool with that.
Yeah, and like I don't blame him because that's fucking grisly.
Yeah.
So like,
I was actually considering using this as a moment to establish that Howard actually knew Garen in the past and has heard Garen's like talk about how he goes and slaughters a bunch of monsters and everything.
Huh.
Huh.
oh man, a lot of good shit happened today, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, so okay. Serious DM moment here. I never want to do stuff that makes us as players uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't think you did.
There's a thin line there because like we are to some extent, we are our characters, and the story should have moments where characters are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But we vicariously feel that. So I like that we're getting in this place where like our characters are reacting to this world and like maybe like seeing some of the morally gray shit and that this is actually some complicated situation on this island. But I also don't want it to. I want it to keep fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. Fun with a little bit of serious thrown in.
Yeah. I think it's
good
because it offers like a different challenge to like Howard's development compared to him just being Spain or Don Quixote.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's sort of one of the conflicts of Don Quixote, the fact that he wants to be this knight in shining armor in a world where good triumphs and evil doesn't. In a world where it's never that clear cut.
I would actually argue that you are not the same as Don Quixote. You stuck your hand in a goddamn dragon's mouth.
And washed it out with soap.
Yeah.
So Morty is no longer a party mouth.
No, Morty is. It's way too fun to just fucking swear up a storm while being a dragon. So, like, the version of Morty that's eventually going to be in a book that I write isn't capable of speech. At least not like he tries to be. Like, he's essentially like, because Morty is raised by a human who speaks a human language. He tries to replicate human words, or rather, sorry, she tries to replicate human words with a dragon's vocal cords, and it comes out wrong. Like, the reason Morty's name is Morty is because Morty was trying to say Maud.
Oh, that's cute.
That's adorable.
But Morty is also like super cantankerous and just like her default emotion is angry. So I imagine that if Morty was able to accurately replicate human speech, Morty would swear like a fucking sailor. And since Pathfinder wyverns can replicate human speech, I got an excuse to see what Morty would say, and it turns out Morty's got a foul fucking mouth.
And I love how me, Scott, and Rave's plan for the name of the Raven's Rest actually has a reason to exist now.
Yeah,
Yes, it does.
that was great, Casey. Thank you for that.
The waltzing wyvern.
The waltzing wyvern.
That is fantastic.
So yeah, now you guys have a base of operations. There's a xenomorph growing in the sewers of. Also, the mayor of Walpole is dead. But you stopped the dragon puppy mill.
That game?
I find myself comfortable with how this turned out.
Yeah,
And we unintentionally got another Pokemon. Unintentionally.
like, I planned that if you did not kill the Wyvern would be added to your party by the end of this.
Did you? It was probably a given that we weren't going to kill the Wyvern.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't know. Ayara's here.
Well,
Well,
AR has a vested interest in not killing the Wyvern.
In fact, the whole reason I gave Morty the anti-magic field amulet is because I was like, well, I'm going to have him be super aggressive, and the first person he's attacking is Ayara, because that's where the cliffhanger left off, and it's like, but if anyone shows, like, anything other than pure sweetness to Ayara, her first instinct is to kill them, and Ayara could actually do that. We've got to make Ayara completely impotent against this creature, and so that ended up with the anti-magic field thing, which, man, it actually made that fight last a while.
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
And funnily enough, it took her like 3 turns before she went violent.
Basically, once she was in its mouth, she was stung and almost basically death.
Yeah. It's
Basically, if she hit the ground, even if Buddy didn't catch her and stab her, I think she would have been under 0.
And I think this session was really good for developing, like, I think there's some good world building in this session, like actually making some stuff I put in the background, like, become relevant.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go pick up my brother now.
All right.
Well, good night.
Good having you.
Not
Take care of yourselves.
you too.
Yeah, like on the surface, it almost seemed like something that this was just a side quest or something. But on the other hand, there's like a lot of character development and everything in this.
Yeah, and we got a new party member.
Well, and, like, we established that, like, the whole monsters are dead thing is more than just an excuse to make monsters feel special again, but, like, it's got tangible consequences in the world. Like, the few remaining members of Dragonkind are fucking pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or inbred and under-informed to the point that they don't know anything.
Mm-hmm. And fucking pissed about it.
And here
So
comes
I'm
our
back.
party of assholes making.
Well, now we
like-
need Art of Morty for the emotes.
God damn it.
That we
Like-
do.
He at least has a...
It gives us a little bit of a hint as to, why Henran might be on the opposing side of this, because, like, the dragons have a really good reason to be super pissed off at human beings. But at the same time, that means that if dragons came back, you'd have a race of really powerful reptiles that have a really good reason to hate human beings. Which would be very bad for human beings.
Lilia has no problem with that.
That's fair.
Like, before this, dragon and human relationships weren't necessarily the best, but, it was mainly because dragons are super powerful and occasionally dicks. Now, like, humans have given dragons a really legitimate reason to hate them. And that could turn out really badly.
I'm going to say occasionally. They were pretty damn dickish in a lot of, and a lot of lore everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, TT, do you have a more recent image of Mod and Morty besides the one you uploaded DA in 2013?
I definitely do.
It was on his Tumblr page.
Speaking of Maud, you said you rolled her stats for Pathfinder?
Yeah, this was never for a campaign or anything. It was just for fun. I actually have built-in stats for Maud and Morty. Morty isn't actually using a wyvern as a base template, but rather the race rolling guide in the advanced race guide. So she's sort of a custom build. I think she has like 8 levels of wyvern and 2 levels of barbarian.
Oh.
And Maud is a cavalier.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep.
And together, they are a very formidable team.
Okay, I think it was a cavalier that rode, maybe not dragons, but mythical creatures. Or an
Did he ride
archetype of
griffins?
cavalier.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
archetype rode griffins specifically.
Yeah.
Why is this window so fucking... Okay, there we are. Yeah, this is probably the best one.
Okay, yep, that I can do an emote of that.
Yep.
Wait, is this Morty a girl too?
Um,
To be fair, we didn't really ask.
yeah. Well, I am gonna say this. Like, if Conquered Where Morty is like Maud and Morty, um, Morty's biological sex is not very connected to Morty's gender identity. Because dragons don't really have gender as a social construct. They don't experience sexual dimorphism the way humans do, to the point where like there's a significant difference. So Morty probably would think of itself, however, like would use pronouns based on how people refer to it. But Morty wouldn't necessarily understand what the difference between male and female is.
Okay.
Does that
makes
make sense?
Yeah.
Ah.
So Morty is probably biologically female. Like Maud and Morty's Morty. Morty also probably does not understand what being female means. Much as Morty doesn't understand what parents are, because Morty never had anything that acted and called itself a parent.
Right, so we're gonna have to end up being teacher of this one too.
Oh my god, she's our Guilmon.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a makeshift teaching school to get her up to date on slightly more complex things and kill the
Oh
shit
god,
mouth.
I just had an image of Morty and Buddy sitting in class with like Lelia on a chalkboard.
Oh my
And
god.
Buddy's raising his hand.
That's
That's
kind of the theme with our Pokemon so far, isn't it? They're both children that may have supernaturally strong bodies, but have very limited understanding of how the world works.
In that mental image, Buddy's wearing the dunce cap.
Oh.
So clearly the next one has to be...
In my original conception of that image, it was AR in the corner with a dunce hat.
That's mean, but okay.
Clearly the next companion has to be much older, wider, and smarter, but much weaker.
What if it's fucking Yoda?
Oh my god.
Well, the thing is, Yoda isn't weaker. He's stronger than everyone else.
The one,
Talon, beware you must.
the one green Nerf we find.
It's like,
You
Yoda,
kill him, I will.
Yoda, kill them all. There's a tub of Bengay in it for you.
Darth
One-
Maul smell like roses.
I was watching the Game Grumps the other day, and
Oh god.
that
Yoda
Yoda joke. Oh my fucking god. Funny joke!
Oh, that whole thing is too much.
It just keeps
There's a
getting
good
louder
edit.
and angrier.
There's a good edit of that. Like, there's like a good edit of the vocals for that with like video. Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, and there's a face of Yoda in the background. Every time he says his joke, his face gets bigger and more clear.
Oh god.
It's like he's saying, "You better fucking laugh."
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, that's the one.
Alright, Morty.ping is saved.
Morty talk being. Oh,
No control off Dodo, but it'll do.
control F, Dodo.
Control F Dodo.
Control F, Morty. Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, it's not there yet.
Jump with the gun.
I got excited. I'm sorry.
Alright, now it's there.
God damn it, Will. Considering how much
Sexy Velma.
sexy Velma. Control F Morty.
And Ayara got close to an alignment change again.
I was really considering it tonight. I was considering.
She did just kind of start devouring human corpses. That's
Yeah, that was kinda.
So here's my thing. Like, I'm like, well, Talia can do that because she was raised in the wilderness. But I feel like Ayara should have been taught that was wrong. Like, context is important. Like a lizard folk. If you had a lizard folk character who had Ayara's alignment and they started eating a corpse, it would make sense because, like, that's lizard folk culture. You don't waste materials.
yeah. They just eat each other all the time.
But, like, Ayara was raised by wizards, so...
To be fair,
Yeah,
it's not exactly like.
I think you need to drill into her head that her dragon heritage does not override her sorcerer culture or her Ifriti. So
That was a tricky one. I'm still waiting for a clear-cut one where it's like, okay, Ayara, that's too far.
This kind of thing is, she has
Break the
shown interest in eating human parts before. Like, every time Tig got into it, she was kind of like, oh, hey, I'll have a pickled eyeball. So there's been a slow progression, I'd say.
Yeah, the group's cannibal.
Well,
Ayara just seems to eat anything. So
the thing is, not exactly cannibal, Ifrit, not human, but...
She's half human if she's an Ifrit.
Oh, okay.
Because Ifrits are basically half human, half fire element. And I don't think fire elementals eat.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I don't know the Pathfinder lore behind Ifrits because I didn't really care about them.
Yeah, same. But I had to look it up.
Yeah.
Because, player characters, one of it. Yeah. Good session, though.
now we just need a buddy emote.
Yeah, I've got to... When I get all these 27 fucking kaiju files done, I'll get you a nice buddy.
yeah.
Well,
I don't know if it's in the lore of Pathfinder because it's not one of the things that they put on there. But I usually just think of Ari as a obligate carnivore. I mean, she can eat like pancakes and shit, but it doesn't do anything. And she doesn't really care if she cooks her meat or not.
yeah, that would make sense.
Cat. Yeah.
She's a fucking cat.
Cats are weird. I've seen some just eat bread. I've seen some eat corn before. I'm like, why are you fucking eating corn?
My dad fed our one cat B a Cheeto once. And I don't know why, but it was kind of scary. I mean, she went for it. She went for that Cheeto. And it just felt like it shouldn't happen, you know?
Well, they like the taste of cheese, even though it doesn't really do anything. My
I guess
cats
that can
will...
make sense because it's basically milk, isn't it?
Yeah. My cats will go after, like, I have baked chips, just baked plain chips because I like the way they taste. And Abby will come up and grab one out of the bowl and run away. The other one doesn't care, but this one comes up and steals chips. But they have to be the baked chips or she won't eat them.
We had a cat named Weezer who was a thief. One time we saw him steal like an entire piece of pizza. There was another time my sister cat was eating a sandwich, and she took a bite, and she held it to the side while she wasn't eating it, while she was having a conversation. And Weezer came up and took a bite out of the sandwich while it was in her hand. And my sister was so pissed that she grabbed the sandwich back, looked at him, and ate all of it, including the part he bit, and did it while looking him in the eye just to make him know that she wasn't gonna let him spoil it.
Oh my god. Your sister is amazing. Oh.
Yes, she is. He
Like-
also stole clothes. There was one time they dragging my older sister's jeans down the stairs, and he was like making all these little noises and scratching it and biting it as he did.
I'm gonna fuck up your
Was
fucking
it
pants. Eating my fucking
it
sandwich.
And my sister had to learn to close her drawers all the way, because if they were open even a crack, he would open the drawer and take her clothes out.
He held a
he was
grudge for the sandwich thing.
He was a good cat.
Can I ask why his name was Weezer?
My one sister claims that it was after the band, but the way I remember it, we got him when I was a little kid, and I remember this is a weird fucking cat. And in the way of little kids, I eventually went to calling him Weezer because Weezer. That's how I remember it. But apparently he was named after the band.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are the two conflicting origin stories of Weezer. Weezer was also a really sweet cat. He, like, when our one cat, creatively named Kitty, was dying of kidney disease. Like, they were both male cats, and male cats aren't supposed to get along. But when Kitty was dying of kidney disease, Weezer would always sleep next to him, because Weezer was a great big furry fat cat. And, like, basically was, like, you know, giving him body warmth and shit. It was really sweet. Lived a very long time, too. Weezer had a whole bunch of health problems, but he lived an incredibly long life for a cat despite of it. He went through, like, multiple surgeries and shit, and just, like, every time the doctors were like, there's a very low chance this cat's going to survive, and every time he pulled through.
Jeez.
Must have had a high constitution score.
Like,
Fucking
he had a high
14
constitution. Like, he had, like, there's a feat where, like, if you're on the verge of death, you actually automatically stabilize instead.
It's called Die Hard.
Yeah, he had Die Hard. He was
Oh.
he was hard to die.
Die harder.
So if Buddy caught Ayara, how much damage would he have done to her?
Buddy would have tried to kill Ayara. I don't know if he would have had time to succeed, but he would have done some significant damage at least once.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably gonna
Yeah.
get us some bonuses from her just directly falling onto the knife.
You know, I love Buddy, I really do. Buddy does seriously want to kill Ayara. Like, it's gone beyond the casual desire to murder every adult he sees that Buddy feels all the time, and into that one I want to kill. I don't just feel like I should kill it. I actively desire to kill that one.
So besides Cat Mom, who out of the party that Buddy's liked the most?
Umlaut?
Makes sense. He's the most animal of everybody else.
And Umlaut helped Buddy feed the goats carrots once.
Aww.
And he looks like a little lizard man, so he's just confusing enough where he's in a gray area for Buddy. Everyone else, like, Buddy harbors no specific grudge against Howard or Leah or Tig. He'd probably kill Tig last because Tig is a goblin, and it's kind of hard to figure out where Tig registers. Like, part of Buddy wonders if Tig might be a child.
He still growls at it. He still let him pet the bat. He's like, "Do you want to pet the bat?"
Yeah. So Tig would probably be the second least likely to die.
Woo. That is actually his plan, to be the least likely for Jason Voorhees to kill.
It would be nothing personal against Lelia or Howard. It would just be, you know, that's what he does. But with Ayara, there's a personal element in there. Ayara threatened his mom. You don't get away with that. And Buddy will wait because his mom told him to wait, but, like, Buddy remembered that.
Buddy will remember.
Is there going to be a point where we actually surpass Buddy in stats, or is he pretty set for like?
I don't actually know because Buddy is completely homebrew, and I'm guesstimating what his challenge rating is.
Mm-hmm.
I think by the time you guys get to the end of this campaign, you're probably going to be roughly his equal.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not going to get to the end of this campaign until your level is like in the teens at least.
Yeah.
We might even possibly go all the way up to level 20. So I'm pretty sure Buddy's challenge rating, like my guesstimate is he's a challenge rating 15, but he might be like a challenge rating 18 or 19.
Shit.
Like he's got some insane shit going on there.
Yeah.
And the other slashers have equal or more insane shit beyond him.
Mm-hmm.
Like at this point, I think we could at least be challenging for him to fight, but I don't know if we could actually beat him ish.
It would be a tough battle.
Yeah. While as a couple levels ago, we would be just buddy bait.
Yeah. Yeah. Good game, everybody. I'm gonna log off and take my headphones off because my ears are starting to get that
Alrighty.
that
Yeah.
hurting feeling.
Yeah, I should get to bed.
Yeah. About time to get ready.
So next week, Friday or Saturday, heavily leaning towards Saturday, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Right now.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
night.
Bye-bye, gang.
Bye, Will.
Buddy.